Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the wrestling. Hold on one sec. There we go. That's better. All right. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the new show on the Hardcore Sports Network called Wrestling Punch. I'm here with this other guy here, but
Hello, it is I, other guy.
yeah. So we're back, but we wanted to dive deep into wrestling. What I mean by that is that we're gonna review one WWE pay per view from the past a month. So this month, since December did not have a pay per view, which is actually kind of shocking. We're gonna go with New Year's Revolution 2007. So, Tyler, before we actually get into it, I just want to show you. Actually, how did you feel about this pay per view overall?
So with this pay-per-view, I thought it had a good start with the opening match, and it just had a big lull until you got to the final third of it. It's very awkwardly paced, I feel, and a whole lot of filler matches between three of the actual big matches in there.
Okay. Yep. And by the way, shout out to Wesley. He's the one that gave us Orange Punch. Since I'm not a big fan of Orange Cassidy at all, we decided to go with Wrestling Punch. So, yeah, what is good, Sean? What is good?
Shout
Hey,
out to Wesley!
yeah, shout out to Wesley, man. He's a true soldier. But before I give you my overall depth with this pay per view, I want to talk about the set. Dude, this set is better than all the recent ones in recent years.
See, I liked the late 2000s set designs because they actually felt unique from each other. Like, especially because the dragon the entire time is legit breathing fire.
Yes.
Like, dude, that is insane.
Mm-hmm. It really is. I love this. Like, I can't remember the last set that they actually took time on, put money towards, except for WrestleMania.
Well, I'll say this: the last Saudi show they did, the Crown Jewel, I did like the Titantron actually being in the shape of a jewel. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I can agree with that. With Crown Jewel, they kind of have to because they're in Saudi Arabia. You know, they got a lot of money, so they got to please the audience over there.
Mhm.
And they've been there, they're going to be there for at least 10 years, like 10 plus years. So, yep. So, without further ado, let's start off with the kickoff match. The match that actually kicked off WWE New Year's Revolution, and that was a steel cage match between Johnny Nitro with Melina in his corner against the Intercontinental champion Jeff Hardy. So, give me your thoughts on this, bro.
All right. So when it comes to the cage match to start the things off, honestly, I thought it was a very good match to begin the night. Still, cage matches always are
Wait, did you
intense.
take notes? What the hell is that noise?
Yes, I did. I took notes,
Use a computer.
but then nah.
All right, go for it.
Anyways, as I was saying, I loved the intent, the brutality of cage matches. They always are so much fun to watch. But if there's one thing I definitely did appreciate was the couple of major spots they had in there, like how Nitro launched Jeff Hardy towards the corner, but he actually used that momentum to almost climb out of the cage. That was a really cool spot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Another one came at the end of the match where Melina was trying to stop Jeff Hardy from exiting out of the cage
Right,
until a referee pushes her out of the way. And so Nitro, who's on the outside of the cage, is using his foot to try and keep the door closed. So
right.
he drops, kicks the damn door. And Johnny Nitro drops crotch first onto the door frame.
Dude, once I saw that, because we saw that back in the day. We've seen that a lot. So now when we see that, it's like, ow, that hurt.
Oh, dude, that's got to be such a not fun bump to take. And then let's not also forget the avalanche power bomb from the very top of the cage. Like,
Right.
had to hurt.
Dude, the things with Johnny Nitro or John Moore, I still call him John Morrison, damn it.
Well, if you call him Morrison, it's fine. I mean, that's exactly what he becomes eventually.
Yeah.
So,
So John Morrison and Jeff Hardy, they were always those guys that were not afraid to take those bumps. He
oh
was
yeah,
they were the guys where if someone told him to jump off a Titantron, they would do it. Matter of fact, Jeff Hardy did it, but
yeah, he
not
did.
in this. Not in this one.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you for this match. How do you like it when a steel cage starts off the show? For me, I'm like, eh.
So that's not something they do a lot because typically the steel cage match is usually towards the end of the show, and I thought I'm not opposed to it being at the beginning of the show,
Yeah,
but it definitely feels like it's better to use at the end of the show because then you just have this ominous steel cage that's just above the ring for the rest of the night with no other purpose.
yeah.
Another thing I will say about this match: how the hell is there a rope break?
I thought that too. I'm like,
Like,
huh?
that's what I'm like. There's no rules, so how is there a rope break?
I don't know. You know what's kind of cool though? Here, I'm gonna pull this up again. The cage is not red.
It is correct. It is not red.
So I'm like, ooh,
Yeah.
because with the red, it would bother my eye just watching it. And then I'm like, it was no point. They started bringing the red cage out when Bray Wyatt was starting getting the Hell in the Cells matches and
Yeah,
everything. It started
and I
with him.
do think just I am definitely a bigger fan of just having the standard steel instead of painting steel, except for the baby blue colored steel case. That was always fun to watch. But I know for me personally, I gave this match a nice solid 3 stars. There were some pacing issues I feel in the match that were kind of awkward, but when the action did ramp up, it was enjoyable to watch. And it's just a couple confusing things like that weird rope break for the pin when there's no, I don't know. But yeah, definitely a very solid way to open up the night.
I liked it for the most part. It was definitely action packed. And when you have Jeff Hardy there, you know it's going to be action packed. You know it's going to be dangerous. So it was a nice way to start off the show because following up, we're going to talk about the other matches like leading up to it. This was honestly not my match in the night, but it's up there. So I would give
It was
this a
definitely solid.
3.5.
All right, and then are we also talking about the promos in between the matches as well?
Well, some of them. If you want to talk about this one, go for it.
Yeah, so I forget who was the backstage interviewer that time. I forget. I keep forgetting his name
I don't remember. Keep it a buck.
because I think they said his name once or twice on the pay per view as well, but I just could not remember it for the life of me.
Right. I don't remember that as well, but it's going to bother me like so much.
Anywho, so there was a backstage interview with Rated RKO
Yeah.
where essentially their Edge did most of the talking because between the two, he's definitely better at promos at this time.
Yeah.
Essentially talking about how D-Generation X need to fall in order for them to become the true top tag team in the company and how their time is over. They're going to take them out, this and that. Randy said a couple of words that had no enthusiasm behind him. I don't know if you felt the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Edge definitely put on a lot more of a show for it than Randy did, and that kind of Randy's entire thing kind of took me out of it a little bit. I gave it a 2 stars on that.
For Randy Orton, he was still young in the game, so I'm not gonna give. I mean, he's been in the year that point like
Well,
5,
this is
6
post
years,
Evolution, isn't it?
huh?
This is post Evolution. Like,
Yes, Yeah.
And he was getting some pretty good promos back in Evolution, so I feel like if anything, it's just him kind of being lazy.
So yeah, I'll give him a 2 on that one as well. I agree with you on that. But just to see them, how young they look then to
Oh yeah,
now, like Randy Orton can still go. He's trying to be the 17-time world champion.
the only
Edge,
17 time.
he's huh?
The only 17
Yeah,
time.
like Edge, he's on the brick of retirement. Like he's in AEW, he's probably going to be there for like another 2 years, and then that's it. Call it. So this is very, very cool. I'm glad we're doing this because that was just like amazing. And now for the tag team turmoil match, I could not find a picture with everybody. So
I don't know if you caught this. This was a bonus match.
yes, that's why I couldn't find it. Yeah.
And then I also was looking through like some of the old online. I did a quick little thing to look up to see why this was a bonus match added to the card. And for what I was able to look up, like this match wasn't even officially on any of the sites I read, so I have no idea where this came from.
I don't either, but hey, the tag teams that I'm about to read off here, dude, these are some legendary tag teams.
Oh,
Like,
legendary!
some of them are legendary. You know that.
Like two of them are legendary.
No, I can go with 3. So, Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch, Jim Duggan and Super Crazy, Crime Time, the Highlanders, and the world's greatest tag team. So for me, the 3 are actually 2.5. So Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch,
Yep.
Jim Duggan, just him by himself, Crime Time, and then you got to throw the world's greatest tag team in there.
See, I will say the world's greatest tag team and Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch are definitely some underrated tag teams from that time period.
That's kind of what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, Crime Time, I don't think as much. I think it was a gimmick that definitely hasn't aged well, and I.
Well, now Crime Time is legendary because look what happened to Chad Gaspard.
What did happen to Shad Gaspar?
He passed away.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he was trying to rescue his son in the ocean.
R.I.P. to Shad Gaspar.
That's why I said Prime Time, and I
Don't
did
get me
meet
wrong,
him.
I definitely respect him and what he did. Obviously, as a professional as well, he definitely, deserved to be where he was at. But it's just, I don't know if I would say Crime Time is legendary.
Well, for me, they are because I actually met those guys. I met them. I met Jim Duggan in that.
Oh!
Huh.
Can I
So
just say, what the fuck is Jim Duggan teaming up with Super Crazy?
I honestly can't tell you. Hey, Spongy, what is good?
Did those two
No, no, not yet, man. Go for it.
ever team up before or after that?
Probably
Because I
for like a
honestly don't recall that ever being a thing.
probably. But what you think about this match overall?
Eh.
Right there with you.
I mean, like, there was a couple of cool spots I liked. Like, I don't know what you would call this move, but it was when Charlie Haas had, I think it was one of the Highlanders, and he jumped, and Shelton Benjamin ran off the rope, jumped over Charlie Haas, and then slammed into the back
Yes.
of the other person. That was a really cool spot that I've never seen before. I don't think anyone's ever attempted that since then either, which is really surprising. Especially when there's current guys like Ricochet in today's WWE who could definitely do that kind of stuff.
Now, you know that they're not going to do those kinds of bumps anymore. You know that. Like, they're trying to be safe, they're trying to be precautionary.
I feel like you could do that safe, but I still like definitely an amazing spot. Um, and I definitely did like the high-low sell from JTG. That looked incredible. It just overall though, like for being completely honest, most of these teams were just filler. Like Highlanders, meh. Jim Duggan is super crazy. What the fuck?
Right.
Lance Cade and Trevor Murdoch were the first team that entered the competition. I'm like, okay, they're probably actually going to win this whole thing because World's Greatest Tag Team was kind of more of the actual gimmick itself is thinking they're the World's Greatest Tag Team when they're really not.
Right.
And then Crying Time, like I said, this is probably during their height of popularity, and I think it was a couple months after they. I want to say it was like within the next year or so after this that they probably broke up, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think it's around there, yeah. Appreciate that, Swansea, really do, man. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, for the next match. This match is kinda out of the ordinary. So it's Ric Flair versus Kenny Dykstra.
Dude, I almost forgot Kenny Dykstra was a wrestler up until today.
Right. Now with Ric Flair, you know the whole story with them. Spirit Squad, you got Rated RKO, you got DX involved. So this is like a little side story to that. So I mean it is what it is.
Yeah.
Kenny
But-
Dykstra did help Rated RKO, take him out like bleeding and stuff.
Yeah.
So, oh wait, we forgot to give our rating for the
Oh,
last match.
well, did you talk about the last match at all?
I did. I'm gonna give that a 1.5. Like for me, it's just like
You know what? Honestly, I did like a good couple of the spots, and plus, Jim Duggan's always a treat to see in the ring.
Yeah.
I was a little more generous. I gave it 2.5. They had some fun in there, and there was some good actions that keep the crowd entertained. Also, before we move on to that actual next match, can we talk about that McMahon coach promo?
Yes, go for it.
So I have here my notes. Just what the fuck was that? So the beginning of the promo is talking about how Donald Trump, pre-President Donald Trump, and Rosie O'Donnell were spitting harsh words at each other, and it turned into Coach, which eventually turned into Mr. McMahon, instead coming up with the idea of having those two fighting each other on Raw. And I think they actually got people to dress up as the two. I can't remember if it was midgets or actual people to dress up as those two, and they did like a little sparring match in the ring.
Right.
I think that's what led to the hair versus hair match at Mania, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So this is apparently the beginning of how that happened.
Right.
And at the end, it turns into Coach taking his face, shoving it so far up Vince McMahon's ass that he almost wore him as a meat suit.
Yeah.
I'll let you visualize that.
No, keep going.
And then Farouk coming out and saying, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just funny. I miss Ron Simmons. Like that's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it's always fun when you see him.
Like, damn.
I just like how he also pointed to the shirt first before he said it. He had Coach
Right.
read first and he went, damn.
So now we gotta go to Ric Flair versus Kenny Dykstra. So Ric Flair did win. This match was just like
Honest. And let's not also forget how Kenny had a promo to start.
oh my god, that promo was so bad.
See, the promo itself, I think, had promise, but his delivery was awful on it.
Right?
Like, he just sounded so generic. He didn't have, like, any emotion behind it. He was just reading from a script. Like, looked like he was reading from a teleprompter, and that was it.
Yep. So, what do you give this match? There's not really much to say.
I gave it a star and a half. I mean, it was 11 minutes long, and at least 10 of those minutes was all Dystra.
Yes.
It's like Ric Flair did next to nothing that entire match.
Yeah. So I'll give it a star. Like it was pointless.
Lenny Dystra, the former Philadelphia Eagle. That's right. Lenny Dystro went from the NFL to become a professional wrestler, and he wrestled Ric Flair at New Year's Revolution.
Yeah. So before we get into the next match, you want to talk about the promo that happened after this?
Oh yes, Nitro Melina's backstage
Yeah,
thing.
so we can lead into the next one.
Yeah, so
It was the MLB, not NFL.
no,
Okay.
who's the freaking guy who got professional trainers to make his combine score amazing, and the Eagles drafted him high as a linebacker?
I honestly forget.
Wasn't that Dystra?
Yeah, I guess.
I can't remember. So it started with Johnny Nitro, ice on his crotch and his shoulder, and he goes, "Go call Mercury. We're getting revenge on the Hardy Boys." And as Belinda's going to go get him, she is stopped by upcoming match participant Victoria, who goes, "Hey, if you help me win the belt, you'll be the number one contender. Then maybe one of you two can finally win some gold." And then proceeds to play with Melina's hair, which I thought was very strange, and then
Right.
walked away.
Yeah.
I just I don't get what the point of that was. I don't know notice if you noticed in the match that she played around with her hair a lot, her own hair a lot as well.
Right.
Like I don't know what was going on there, but
Now let's go into the match with Victoria versus Mickey James for the women's championship. You want to lead it off, or do you want me?
you
Because
can
for
lead
me,
off.
because for this one, it was just like all you could think about throughout this whole match is when Melina was going to come out. Like it disrupted the whole flow, in my opinion. So for me, it was just like, eh. And then once Melina came out, I forget who came out for Mickey James,
It
but
was Maria. Oh god, who was the other one? It was Maria and I forget the name of the other girl. It was something mixed something.
it wasn't Michelle McCool, right?
No, it was Michelle McCool.
Okay. So honestly, I could give two craps about this. Like, who cares? And then Victoria lost. Mickey James had the title. For this one, I'm going to give a 1 again.
So for this one, I enjoyed how much they showed off Victoria's strength.
Yeah, I could
They
see
were
that.
proving that she was a very big, like, physical threat to Mickey James.
Hmm.
And I also liked how they had a swerve in there because they teased Melina going out there, which, made it become obvious. But to counteract that, they had all the people that Victoria was taking out that were on her checklist come out and then help Mickey James from the Dirty Win. So I kind of enjoyed that as well. The crowd really got into it towards the end when Mickey James won. So, it's always nice when you get that big crowd pop at the end. So like I said, I was a little more lenient, but not by much because there was quite a few mistakes in there. That obvious placement botch by Mickey James where Melina was supposed to grab her before she was supposed to do her finisher. So
Yeah.
she's just standing there, arm in the air, going, ah!
Yeah. So, what do you give this
Uh,
match?
I gave it 2.5. Like I said, it did a great job of showing Victoria as an actual threat, and the crowd got into it towards the end, which made it a little better for me. Although, Will, quick question: what the fuck is the Widow's Peak? Like, what? How does it work as a finishing move? Because they
I
land on their knees, but like, how? What else does it do?
right.
I never understood it as a finisher.
I never did either. Like, it makes no sense to me. So, With the next match, it's actually for the tag team titles. DX versus Rated RKO.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this match did not need the tag titles. It did not. It had, like, the story just overtook it. And was this your match of the night?
This was my match of the night.
Good, because it was mine.
Yeah, this was hands down the best match on the card, and the fact that it was the main event is a travesty.
Yep.
So, for me, I loved this match from the get-go. My real only complaint about this match overall is that, well, see, I have two complaints, but they kind of go hand in hand with each other. Is that one, it wasn't a tornado tag match, so they could just go everywhere, and then two, it wasn't like a no hold barn or a false count anywhere match. So this way, they could just do everything and anything.
Right.
That would have been honestly probably one of the matches of the decade if they were allowed to have more freedom with the match. Yeah, no, it was a great match, non-stop action from the get-go. Shawn busted Randy Orton open hard way there at the beginning of the match with his boot off the leg drop on the apron, which was a little scary. In fact, Shawn had a couple of botches, most notably is when he went for a suicide dive. He didn't get enough speed and almost fell on his neck. I don't know if you caught that.
I did.
So that was really scary. But besides that, like, it was a great match. It ended the exact way Shawn would end a match during that time period after he super kicked. Was it Steve or Stan?
Stan.
It was Stan. I just kicked Stan!
You know who that was?
Who was that?
It was Ty Dillinger.
That was Ty Dillinger.
Yeah, that was Ty Dillinger, bro.
Oh, that's
How'd you not know?
Was that?
Yeah, how'd you not know that?
I didn't know that. I only even recently remember going back and watching the clip and just laughing my ass off. I just kicked Stan!
Yeah, so that was him. You know what? I think I gotta bring this up now before we get into the next match. The best part of the night was the John Cena promo. That was hilarious. I go back and watch John Cena's best mic work like all the time, and that always makes the cut.
It's when he cuts promos like that make you understand why he was the face of the company for as long as he was. His ability to switch up the emotion on the mic and a dime, it's impeccable. And I don't think there's been another wrestler who's able to do stuff that he can do as well as he can do.
Now, John Cena is up there for the best mic workers. He is up there.
Absolutely.
Is he number one? But people say it's probably Paul Heyman. People probably say it's Stone Cold. What's Stone Cold?
Probably The Rock.
Oh, it's The Rock, my bad. So it was Paul Heyman, Cena, The Rock, and Punk.
See, that is like the best Mount Rushmore for promos that you can have. If just ranking them in order is such a hard thing to do. Because we are, like, I think it's fair to say those are the four best to ever pick up a mic for the WWE.
You know who's on his way up, though? He's current right now.
Current right now. Is it Dominic Mysterio?
He doesn't even get a chance to speak.
That's the point. He doesn't even have to talk, and he already has own nuclear levels of heat.
I have a okay, this is going to be a hint. Did you ever see the movie called Like Mike with Lil Bow Wow?
The fuck did you just say to me?
Did you ever see that movie?
What is the name?
Like Mike.
No.
Okay, then never mind. Okay. You know Rutgers, the school,
Fuddruckers or the college Rutgers?
the college Rutgers.
Okay.
You know what their mascot is?
No, isn't it an owl? Or am I thinking of
It's
Temple?
you think of Temple. It's the Knights.
You think LA Knight's up there?
LA Knight is on his way up there. Yeah, he's on his way, bro.
Nana!
You say no?
I think he's got a lot of work to do. Because, well, I definitely enjoy him on the mic. I don't think he's up at that level. I think he's got a while to go. Which, if he can improve his in-ring repertoire and he keeps working on that mic, I think he could be up there one day. But I think he's got a long ways to go.
LA Knight is definitely up there. I mean, he's on his way up there. He's on a trajectory or so up there. He's got the crowd behind him. He's got the best catchphrase in the WWE right now. And it can just keep on going on and on. I'm telling you.
My biggest issue right now is how long is the crowd going to stay behind him? Because we've seen lots of things like this before, right? Where they have a hot wrestler come in, everyone's chanting their catchphrase, he's super over, and then they do nothing with him, and eventually the crowd just stops getting behind him.
Right.
And that's not the crowd. Where it's going to happen to him at this point, because while the crowd is still hot, I feel it dying down some after the Crown Jewel event. Yeah. And my biggest worry right now is that they're not pushing him in time, and that by the time they finally get ready to push him, it's going to be gone.
I can see that. So you think he's like a one-hit wonder?
I don't want him to be a one-hit wonder. I really do want him to succeed, but it's happened so many times in the past. But then again, that was under Vince's watch. And so hopefully Hunter has learned from Vince's mistakes, and we'll see LA Knight getting some gold here. He'll get that mega push that he teased us with some odd months ago.
Yeah. So for me, it's like he is up there, but those are the top four right now. Cena, Punk, Paul Heyman, and The Rock. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting?
I mean, we can put Stone Cold in that conversation. He does have a lot of good promos. We could potentially add in Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho is a good one.
Chris Jericho does do really good work on the mic. Stupid idiot.
Music made the list.
God, I missed the list.
You know who this one's controversial, but Undertaker.
I mean,
he did kill some great promos, though. You gotta give him credit.
But he also doesn't talk that much, and he did have quite a few duds. It's debatable.
It's controversial. That's exactly my point.
I had one of mine. Who was I about to say?
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn does cut a really good promo.
This guy, HBK. Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H has always cut quite a few mean promos.
Oh, here's a good one. The Miz.
The Miz is a really good one. I don't think he's... Here's my hot take. He's actually nowhere near as good as any of the ones we just mentioned.
I can agree with you on that.
I think he is one of the best ones that is currently in WWE as an active wrestler. But when it comes to all time, he's like maybe mid-tier.
Right. All right, let's get to the next match. This match is just like, I don't understand. I guess it was just like to beat the Master Lock.
No,
Hold on. Carlito with Tori Wilson. Puppies! Versus Chris Masters.
Also, actually, before we actually get into that, can we talk about real quick how, for some reason, JR and the King's roles were reversed, where they turned JR into the horn dog over King.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I'm like, because I always got annoyed when I watched some of the old pay per views because it would just nonstop be Jerry Lawler just oogling and ogling over a girl at the ringside for the entirety of the match. It's like, dude, chill the fuck out. But it would just every now and then Jerry would be like, "Yeah, look at those puppies." I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But what essentially this match was a everyone needs time to rest their hearts and relax before the main event. So here's a quick little 5-minute match to tide you over till we get to the actual real action.
And then you know what's kind of funny too? Carlito's in the WWE now. It's like a Legends deal, but they're using him all wrong. It's like hilarious. They took away his music. You barely see him anymore.
Well, didn't they also just write him off TV too?
Yeah.
See, it's interesting to have him on a Legends deal because back I never really considered Carlito a legend.
Well, now he kind of is.
Is he though? I mean, what did he do with his time before, like
It's
WWE
just
time?
it's a song, and he has a feud with John Cena, and it's basically the Apple.
Yeah, but I feel like see when I'm thinking of legends, I'm thinking of wrestlers who are iconic. They did almost everything they could in the WWE, and they were, arguably of one of the bigger, like best names in the company. I never really considered Carlito that kind of guy. I always consider him like just a cool mid carder.
Yeah, that's fair. He never really won a title.
He won the Intercontinental Championship title a couple
That's
of
a
times.
mid card.
Yeah, well, he was like always a mid carder, so it's just weird how people that back when I was young were just mid carders are now being oogled and ogled at as legends. I'm like, that's so weird to me.
Right, right.
But
Yeah,
yeah, this match was just
I give it a 2.
what I think I gave it a 1. Yeah, I gave it a 1. I mean, 5 minutes. Chris Masters did most of the work. Carlito had a couple of cool high fly moments. I liked his springboard from one rope to the other to I think a crossbody. Actually, that was really cool to see. But it's a Chris Masters match, dude. It's before Bobby Lashley broke the Master Lock Challenge. Like, it's just it's just kind of boring.
Yeah. I don't know, sure. Alright, so for the main event, John Cena defending his title against Umaga, who's undefeated at this point. In the last,
Can we
huh?
talk real quick about Umaga's picture here?
What about it?
Why does it look so weird? Like if you look at his manager and John Cena, they look like they're there, but then it looks like they just photoshopped Umaga in that picture randomly. Like it doesn't look the same.
I agree, but RIP to Umaga.
Yes, R.I.P. Umaga.
You know what? I told you this, I think. I met Umaga.
Yes, you did tell me.
So when he was walking by, I was like, hey. He was like, hey, how's it going? I'm like, he speaks English. I was so young. So I was like, hey, he speaks English.
He's just pretending not to know so he can cheat.
Yeah. So, give me your thoughts on this.
I thought it was a decent match. Umaga definitely looked strong throughout. And I did like how JR was hyping up how John Cena was going to have to find a way to win without using the, as it was then called, and I think should have always been called, FU.
Right.
Honestly, I thought he was going to win with the STFU, but in a surprising turn of events, got a roll-up victory, which I can't say I've seen many victories from John Cena using a roll-up. How about you?
Yeah. You're right. You know what match I thought it was actually better than? It was his match, John Cena versus Batista. Remember that one?
No, I actually don't think I ever got to watch that one.
Oh my god. I feel like that match is better than this one.
But probably, well, that's because Batista is probably easier to work with.
Yeah.
But
I could
are you talking about the one where Batista broke Cena's back?
the one where Cena had him tied up to the ramp, to the post. It was like with the handcuffs. Couldn't get him out on the count of 10. I think we're talking about the same one.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So overall, I'm giving this a 3.
I actually also gave this match a 3 as well. It definitely made Maga look dominant throughout the entire thing. Cena was actually doing a really good job selling. It felt kind of rushed at the end there with the roll up victory, but it's all right. It was an okay match. Like I said before, the DX versus Radio RKO should have been the match that ended the night.
All right. So with that being said, that concludes the actual review of this show. So for me, I got one question for you, Tyler. If you could change one thing about New Year's Revolution 2007, what would it be?
What I would have done is I think I would have swapped around a couple of the matches. For
Mhm.
starters, I think I would have put that steel cage match around the midpoint of the pay per view instead
Okay.
of towards the very beginning. I probably would have started the one at the beginning with one of the other matches. Probably would have done it with who was it? Okay, decent match that could have started off the night. Could have done maybe the why not start it with the tag team turmoil match? You know, have a nice little fun opening. You know, you got some fun characters coming out. The entire crowd can get excited because they're not going to get worn out by any of the other previous matches. So that way it can get them like a little bit of fun to get into. Then you can go into the Kenny Dykstra versus Ric Flair match just because then most people will forget that it ever happened. And then I think in the middle of it all, you have the steel cage match. You can have all the same spots, keep it all the same. And then immediately after that, instead of having it already be established that he's in the whatever room they want to medical bay, you can have so this way they're on the way back. Kenny Dykstra is being held up by the officials, and he says, "Listen, go get Mercury. Let them know we're going to make them Hardys pay." And as she's running out, she gets intercepted by
Victoria.
what's her name? Yeah,
Victoria.
and then Victoria can do her promo with a lot less hair touching.
Yeah. So for me, how do I see this? It felt like it when I watched it, right? I was so excited because I haven't seen a past pay per view in a while, like a long time. It did feel like a pay per view compared to the ones we have now, which is a great feeling. I felt like, oh god, a pay per view, big event, and everything.
Yep.
There was fireworks, right?
Yep.
Okay, okay. So I'm just trying to think what I would change. Um, I don't know. Oh, I just have a question then. Crime Time. They didn't even give him a title shot doing this.
Well, they never said that was. They just said they would be the number one contenders for it. They never.
Right.
And then, if I remember correctly, it was after this pay per view. I think it was on a Monday Night Raw that they had that tag team championship match, and I think that was their one and only tag team title run. I think it was after that, as either during that time or it was after they lost the belts that Shad Gaspar turned on JTG.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I would change that women's match, the one Melina and Victoria. because I didn't want the interference that ruined it for me. So I would honestly, bro, let them go for like 10 minutes. I would just let them wrestle, pin, and then Victoria would be like, wait, where's Melina? What happened to Melina and everything? And then Melina would come out and be like, nah, I want to earn it my own way.
Well, see, Melina's a heel, so I definitely
I
understand
know.
why she would want the guaranteed title shot, especially when I guess during this time she's just focused on trying to get gold. But what I don't enjoy is the trying to think. What I don't enjoy overall with this pay per view is I felt like there was a lot of filler with 3 actually like concentrated on matches.
Yeah.
Because unlike what they've been doing recently with these WWE pay per views, where there's not as many matches,
Right.
but the matches are actually more developed and they actually get more time to do stuff.
Yeah.
It can be a two-way street because if it's an actual match people are looking forward to, that gives more time to get involved, really get into things. If it's a match that they don't give two shits about, like the MMA match between Shayna Baszler and
Ronda Rousey.
Rousey, they're just going to be booing it for a longer period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, if when it came to this, it felt like there was just no
What the hell was that?
fly. I was squashing a fly.
Did you get him?
Yeah,
Ew. Okay.
it's in hell where it belongs.
You know what? I could go with that, but I'm not going to. Go for it. Keep going.
But if we're being quite honest, like 2/3 of this pay per view could have been cut,
Yeah.
and it would have been a much better product overall.
Right. Right.
With all the other things in there, it kind of dragged down the 3 good matches they had, and it kind of hurt the experience for me because a lot of these times I was just kind of bored, going, "Okay, are we wrapping it up soon?"
Right. So honestly, what's the overall grade you give this pay per view? Sounds like you give it a C.
Yeah, I'll give it like a C, maybe a C plus because the tag team match between DX and Rated RKO. But like I said, there's a whole bunch of filler, and while the good matches are pretty good, it's just so much filler kind of bogs it down.
Yeah. Right. I just don't know how I would give it a C too. A C also. But for me, it's just like it left a sour taste in my mouth, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like, I don't know. Like, I liked it, but I'm overall disappointed. That's why I give it a C minus. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna need your help in the chat here. We got 5 people involved, and give us a Royal Rumble to review for next month.
Yes, next month we're going to be reviewing a Royal Rumble. If possible, don't do anything that's within the last 10 years. Try and keep it.
Modern.
Well, no, I mean, like, don't do anything in the past year. So nothing past, like, what, 2014, you think?
So you don't even want to do Royal Rumble 2006.
No, like I'm saying, so nothing after 2014.
Okay.
So
You know,
anything before that is free game, but let's try and, like, it has to be, like, a minimum of 10 years old for it to be in contention.
yeah.
I
Okay,
guess.
that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't want to do 14 because that's the one Roman Reigns
Yeah,
won.
no, that's not what I'm saying. The one we should do is that the one that the Rock got involved in. They got booed out the stadium.
Yeah.
Oh God. But yeah, what I'm saying is that unless it's a pay per view that's a minimum of 10 years old, we don't want it.
You want to hear something funny? Actually, Earl was at that Royal Rumble in Philly.
He
He
was.
yeah, he got escorted out by security. Like it got so bad, they were like, security, come over here, we'll protect you. Go out this way.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Earl tells you that all the time.
Dude,
All the time he tells you that.
that's freaking terrifying, dude.
Yeah. And we get to meet him at WrestleMania.
Yeah, we do.
Like my online best friend for 11 years. That's going to be insane. And I haven't seen you in like, what, 3 years?
Yeah, just about. Actually, by that point, it'll be almost 4 years.
You son of a bitch. Come back to Jersey.
Nah, I'm good. I
Why
like the
you-
South. I like my warm weather.
It's not warm. You're just hallucinating.
It is currently 86 degrees outside.
Right now?
Yes.
Dude, it's like 46.
Get fucked, idiot.
Hold on. Come on, let it be 56. It's 40.
Heh. You muted yourself.
Nah, I'll explain after. I'm back. Alright, guys, so just let us know. You can DM me on Twitter. He doesn't even respond to anything, so don't even bother with him.
Whoa. Maybe I could. I probably won't. What?
Alright, guys.
What?
This was a great first episode.
What?
Maybe we'll have a guest on the second one. What do you think about that? Or
Possibly. Do we have anyone in mind?
oh, I got a lot of people in mind, bro. A lot.
Ooh, lots of people in mind. Ooh.
We could do like a big round table too. That'll be fun. We could do like 6 people.
Yeah, I'm down.
That would be cool. Guys, we're working on that behind the scenes. This show is going to be good. It's exclusively on the Hardcore Sports Network. Thank you for all the support we've been getting over there. We're almost at 1K. We're almost at the watch hours threshold. So this network is going like crazy. Shout out to everyone who's involved. And Tyler, you got anything to say before we head on out?
No, we got nothing but love. I thank every single one of you for supporting us. And we look forward to seeing you all in the next one.
Yeah, and guys, if you're watching the replay, I should have said this in the beginning, but leave a comment. It helps the channel out, and I'll reply as soon as I can. All right? Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see you tomorrow morning for the Hardcore Sports NFL Sunday Morning Show at 10 a.m.
Yep, we're going to be punching out.
Yeah.
He finally got it.
You fucking idiot. On that note, guys, we are out. Peace.